Hey guys, going into round 2 of an Oath of the Gatewatch draft. Sand I think is too slow to keep. Also, when we have 5 lands, like any sort of hand where if you just if 2 of the next few cards are lands, we're in pretty big trouble. Isn't really a hand you want to keep, especially in this time when we get to scry when we mulligan. So, right, like this one a lot more. And I'll take 2 Oblivion Strikes, sure. We didn't actually, I think, ever cast one in the last round. We saw a couple late at times when we already had the game won. We never drew one in the game we lost. There's probably some correlation there, I would think, as it's a very strong card. All right, that Pulse, man. We will play our Thrall. Actually, I was saying earlier that if I play Flaying Tendrils, I'll get an Eldrazi. It's not true because Carrier Thrall won't technically die if that happens. It'll just go to the grave. All right, Scion Summoner is the kind of card you want. The card I just mentioned with Flaying Tendrils is good against it. So we'll play a drone here and just pass. That sets us up to be able to cast Oblivion Strike, right? It's not only creatures, right? Yeah, it's not. I mean, I would probably trade for Scion Summoner if he swung with it right now, pretty happily. Then I could play my Dampening Pulse, which would make our opponent's deck pretty sad. The green-white deck, although the green-white deck usually also has a bunch of support, so. Well, there's Flaying Tendrils, huh? I think we hold on to it for now. Maybe. I think we attack with our Thrall here and offer that trade that we were just saying we'd be willing to make. I mean, even for a Scion. All right. So now we can play our Dampening Pulse. So that's the reason I did that. I could also play Null Caller instead, I guess. But I'd rather play the Pulse. Oh, shiza, I did that in the wrong phase. Oh, good, it lets you undo that now. Did not used to let you undo sacrifices, so thank God for that. I am glad for that change. I was a little worried. So we'll just play our Pulse here. End our turn. The more Eldrazi Scions he plays, the happier we are now. It's likely he has some support cards right now. Like, he may be about to play one. There are a couple that cost 4. And it is a good strategy against our deck because it makes our 1-for-1 board removal a lot less good when you're like supporting all your guys. But we basically get to negate 1+1/+1 counters, so that part I like. All right, well, Blinding Drone. Would like to cast Null Caller in some time or another, but I'm going to play Blinding Drone here. And just in my turn. That bird who supports seems like a likely play here. No, Warcaller. I actually am a fan of that play. I mean, it's going to hurt right now, but now we can Flaying Tendrils and get some sweet, sweet value out of it. We'll kill both the Warcaller and the Summoner. So, yeah, we're just going to take 6, drop to 14. Okay, and that sets up our Merc Strider nicely for a later turn. Do I want to attack first? No, there's no reason to. So, then the off chance he does block, we're like sad. So, we get a sweet 2-for-1. Turns on our Merc Strider, and we end our turn. We do need to draw like a flyer to help us get there this game. We have several, so hopefully we draw one of them. Those have basically been the only way we've been winning. So, would be nice. Probably going to bounce whatever this is if it's a creature with my Merc Strider. Unless it's not something especially worrisome, then I may just play my Null Caller. Ah, okay. Well, that's good against this too, unfortunately for us. The good news is, going wide is a little less worse once we have Dampening Pulse in play, so that part I'm happy about. And here we're going to go ahead and tap down this guy. In the off chance we want to like do something. I mean, I can bounce one of them and make it cease to exist, which is not bad. I think I swing with my Cultivator here and just play Null Caller though. That takes away my ability to tap something, but that's probably okay right now. So we're going to swing with our Cultivator. Drop him to 18. And play Null Caller, who does have some fodder in the graveyard. So that's good. I mean, our opponent doesn't really have good attacks here. He could have something that pumps his whole team right now, and he still doesn't have great attacks. So unless it's another +2/+2 ally, then it's pretty good. Still don't have one of our win conditions, which is a little worrisome. We can only hold our opponent off for so long. I mean, we do have 2 Oblivion Strikes in our hand. Okay, I wonder if he's going to go after my Dampening Pulse or one of my dudes. Because hitting the Pulse is pretty good. No, he's going for the Null Caller. That's pretty good, too. Now he can get in for 2 if he wants. Yeah. All right. That happens. I think we probably do play Merc Strider here to kill an ally token, just because the Merc Strider right now with Dampening Pulse on the board is suddenly like a good blocker, which isn't words you say very often about Merc Strider, but it's words I'm saying. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play Merc Strider and bounce, get rid of one of those dudes. I mean, we have 2 Oblivion Strikes in our hand, so we don't have to like hold on to them. He's actually a good attacker right now too, given the board state. So what have we hit so far? Oh god, he has... Oh no, we killed those with Flaying Tendrils. Okay, so I'm going to play that. You know what? I'm going to get in for 2 again. Boom, down to 16. Yeah. So we can get green, setting us up to actually be able to play our Baloth Null, so I'm happy with that. Flaying Tendrils definitely stays in this time. Cited it out in round 1 because our opponent had like a million 2/3s. This guy has plenty of... It seems like he's trying to go wide, and Tendrils is really good against that. Are you going to use some support here? Because that would be bad. I guess I could trade my Merc Strider for an ally, which basically would mean it took down 1 card, which isn't bad, but it's not awesome. Yep, some support. I do like making that thing into a 1/2, though, I have to say. So if he attacked with this ally right now, I would just trade with Merc Strider. I mean, we're just trying to make this game last so we can draw a flyer to close out the game. We're not really trying to do much more than that. All right, well, my 1/3 can still block that. If you have a trick, I don't think you have one. You have one green. Oh, there is one trick that could but that would have been an okay trade. Not an awesome one though. And we get our forest, so in case we draw our null, we can cast him. Okay. Now I think we kind of hang back. We probably tap this down every turn, maybe. I mean, it's just going to be pecking us for one, but that adds up. That does add up. Mercstrider is kind of worse against an ally deck that also has the enter the battlefield support cards, but it's not awful. Yeah, we'll just take one for now. If we feel like we have to use Blinding Drone to tap it down, I mean, we also have to tap down 2 creatures to do it, so he'd get in for even more if we did that. So doesn't exactly seem like a good call. Okay, well that we're going to have to Oblivion Strike, I think. I wonder why I didn't play that first. May have just forgotten to. We're going to go ahead and tap a guy down. That's the best blocker. Man, we are drawing a lot of things we don't really want. So we're going to Oblivion Strike the Spawnbinder, who could help break up this board stall. We don't really want that. We want to keep it going. And we'll end our turn. We definitely are running out of time, though, I think. Natural Connection. Well, I feel pretty good about my opponent playing that unless it gets him to being able to play some scary card in his hand. But it'd have to be really scary because Oblivion Strike can kill almost anything. So, is there anything I can't kill? I don't think so. Right. Well, he does get to do that, which is kind of a problem. And he will be doing a lot of that for the foreseeable future because we're in this board stall. We'll take another 1 here. Yeah. 1 it is. All right. I think he has another land in his hand. We're going to do this again. Like, that'll become really good once we have a threat out. Oh, well, interesting. We now have the option of swinging with both of these because of that, and I still don't think I want to do that. But now I can tap this down without really being worried like I have been about taking extra damage because I do it. So at least there's that. Our opponent may draw some action to help him. Okay, he didn't do it that time, which might mean he already has what he wants in his hand. So, right, he is going to attack. We are going to say no thank you to that. All right, does this mean he has a trick? It might. The +1/+1 indestructible, your guys thing would be pretty bad for us here, but I think we go ahead and do this. See if he's got the trick. Doesn't look like he does. And hopefully we can just O-strike whatever scary thing is costing him this much mana. We can, so good for us. That would have been a terrible thing. I mean, we can tap it down. Oh my god. All right. We will Oblivion Strike you. And I think we just want to end our turn. We're going to hold on to this card now. I mean, bluffing seems relevant. Have we drawn a single flyer this game? No. Our opponent hasn't even played removal. We just can't draw a creature who's actually relevant, you know? It's rough. We'll do that. Okay, well, that's not great for us. And he's playing something else, which probably also isn't good for us. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, now we're getting into some trouble. Especially when he has McKinley Patrol in play, it gets way better. Okay, well, Dwar Isle Avenger isn't bad. I should have held on to that card for bluffing, but kind of spaced it. So we're going to slam out our Dwar Isle Avenger, who, if we'd had like 1,000 turns ago, would have our opponent almost dead. But unfortunately, we did not do that. So we're going to tap down the Stalking Drone now. Opponent's going to scry. Since our Dwar Isle Avenger can block the flyer, if he wants to use Spawnbinder during his own turn, it's not going to be that great. It will be good when he uses it at the end of our turn, though. So, because he can use it to tap down our guys. So maybe I should tap down Spawnbinder, actually, especially if he's going to tap his colorless source. We really want to do it now. So we'll tap down Spawnbinder so that he's like forced to use its ability. And then, we may take one, but that's not too bad. Oh, man. Isn't that bad news for us? We're going to tap down Spawnbinder. If he wants to use the rally effect, he has to do it now. I did it before the Angel came into play because he could have used the Angel, who couldn't attack anyway. All right. So we're going to take one this turn. He's going to gain a bunch of life, none of which is very good for us. So it's unfortunate. We've also used up our 2 Oblivion Strikes. God. That is not good. Do we tap down Spawnbinder now? I don't think we do. I think we probably tap down the Angel. I mean, because that thing's going to kill us real soon if we don't. Yeah, we just couldn't draw threats this game, and it's come back to really hurt us. So here we go, Angel. Then if he wants to tap some stuff to tap my guy, then I'm okay with it. That's interesting. Did he forget I have a flyer? I mean, he may have a trick, but might as well make him play it, right? He forgot I had a flyer. Okay. That works for me. Or he meant to tap it down and then swing and forgot to. He screwed something up there. But we are not able to capitalize. We are all about the lands. Kind of wish we'd had something like a Bane of Balaged, some big threat like that. There was no point in tapping something in response there because he would have just, his cards would untap on his upkeep, so. So we're going to take some damage here. It's up to our opponent how much. Oh, God. Bane of Balaged number 2. No, it's just 6 mana. It might just be a Canopy Gorger right now. Okay, it's worse than that. Okay, that's pretty close to game, I think. You can't quite break through for lethal, but we're going to be there soon. All right. Yeah, I was going to say, you're making another mistake, but... Okay, so we can kill this. So he kind of made another mistake. We do go to almost dead, but being able to kill this here is pretty nice. So if we can draw a way to kill that flyer, or the spawn... Well, no, the Spawnbinder's dead. So now if we draw a way to kill the flyer, we can actually make this game go on for a long time. We did not. So... we are pretty close to dead, but we're still not. How many lands have we drawn? 4, 5, 9, 11. That is a lot. Him attacking with his spawn binder there was not the best call, but I think actually we're dead anyway now that I think about it, with the number of attackers he has. Now we're definitely dead, so. Alright. I may have been dead anyway, so our opponent may have been fine. I would have tapped that. No, I could have gone to 1 there. Could have gone to 1 if he didn't play Isolation Zone. Okay, so seems like a lot of situations happened where unnatural endurance would have been nice. I'm just not sure how much I want to count on actually having a creature, though. Didn't see a Planeswalker. How many X1s did we see? Just Scions, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I want it in here. I mean, white-green does have a few of them. At least white does. Actually, I guess green very rarely has 2-1s. Although, nope, can't think of one. 2/2s usually, I guess, in green. There's like Joiner Adept, I guess, but it has extra ability. So, but yeah, I think we just leave it as it is and hope for a little bit of better luck this time around. We at least made our opponent work for that win. Okay, this is a good one. We don't have colorless mana, but we have all of our colors, so I'm pretty happy with that. All of our colors that aren't colorless, which I guess by definition is not a color. So we also have a way to exile and a Merc Strider, who together work quite well. And another Oblivion Strike. Of course, we had 2 last game and managed to lose. That was, I think, in part because we just didn't draw anything to back it up. You know, we removed a lot of creatures in that game, and we bought ourselves a lot of time, but we do our Dry Isle Avenger about 5 turns too late to make a difference. All right, we are in trouble here if we can't draw a 4th land. That much is clear. I would block Stalking Drone right now. I mean, he doesn't have a colorless source right now, so is he about to kill our Blinding Drone? No, just Stalking Drone number 2. So Null Drifter, I mean Null Caller, Null Drifter, Null Drifter, Null Drifter. Okay, land. Yes. Okay. Whew. I was sweating. All right, so we're gonna play Null Caller, except I need to add black mana to do that. So we're gonna play Null Caller here. And in the turn, like if we can get a flying threat and stick it early, things will go a lot different in this game. And we do have one early, so. Right, McKinney Patrol, not much of a concern right now. We can just block all day. I mean, if he attacks now, that would be real bad for him. Yeah, I think we just play Dry Isle Avenger. Gives us the big flying threat I just mentioned. So early this time instead of turn 9,000. And we can make sure the airways are clear with our Oblivion Strikes and Merc Striders. So, ooh, yeah, that's some pain. Gonna have to Oblivion Strike that thing. 4/4/4. Whew. Do I need to chump block something? I mean, I don't have colorless mana. Kind of think I will. Chump block there and just take 8. The lack of colorless mana is not good, and it also, you know, Null Caller gives it some fuel, so. But yeah, we've got to use Oblivion Strike on that thing, and I don't really think we can attack this turn, sadly. Yeah, let's leave the green up, that way we're bluffing a lot of things. But yeah, we're going to use Oblivion Strike here. Just end our turn. That's what happened to us last game, too. We took a big crack off of Tadru Warcaller early, got rid of it, and tried to get back in the game, but never got there. So I'm sure, I mean, I'm hoping our opponent's plan there was like Warcaller, oh, Beastmaster now? Are you going to play Beastmaster now? Are you that guy? You got that good of a hand? No, Angel of Renewal. Okay, not quite as bad. Doesn't give him an explosive turn, and I can Oblivion Strike that. I could Oblivion Strike a Beastmaster too, I guess, but... Alright, Sky Scourer. We can play both. Our Oblivion Strike and Sky Scourer. So I think we got to deal with this. It was the bane of our existence in the last one. I still don't think we can attack, sadly, but our opponent has come out far too quickly. We need our Flaying Tendrils, and we need it bad, although we just played Sky Scour, so it's a little less good. But still. Bane of Balaged right now would be pretty bad. We've used up both our Oblivion Strikes. We can Merc Strider it, but I think it would overwhelm us eventually. Don't play a Bane. Come on. Ooh, that is bad news. At least we can Merc Strider. And he still doesn't have great attacks right here. I would totally double block one of those. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to double block one of them. And just take 5 and go to 7. If he has a trick here, I'm going to be a little sadder. But now I have, if I don't draw cards now, it can at least make zombies. And I have 3 things to turn into zombies. So, another Dwaril Avenger is nice. But I think right now we want to bounce that Stalking Drone. And we just have to keep hanging back, sadly. No, I should be leaving it up like that. Bluff some more things. Yeah, we play our Merc Strider. Bounce this Stalking Drone, which makes it smaller and more manageable. But we are, pretty low on life. Looking back as Angel. And I think we just end our turn again. We were 1 off of being able to play our Dwaril Avenger as a surge there. Bane of Balaged. Our opponent does have a number of, kill me now kind of threats that the longer this game goes on, the more time we're giving him to get them. And that's not so good. And that gives him more ways to get there. Okay, well, I like that. So I could complete Disregard and play Dwaril Avenger. His Stalking Drone can now be pumped to a 3/5. I think I'm concerned enough about that to complete Disregard it. His big threats aren't going to die to complete Disregard anyway. Then I think I'm going to swing, actually, with both my creatures. If he wants to trade for the patrol for the Merc Strider, I'd be okay with that. Okay, well, I'm even more okay with that. And then we'll surge into play our Dwaril Avenger. Our opponent's going to scry, which is not great. Why don't I have any artifact hate in my sideboard? I don't know if I have enough green to really make Nature's Claim work. I think Baloth Null is basically the best thing we could draw right now. Okay. Well, that's annoying. That does stop our offensive. We're just going to pass and make a zombie at the end of his turn. It's going to be a lot of that, I think, for a while. Yeah, that's all there really is to do. He gets to scry again. Those lanterns, man. Especially against a deck like mine. And we're way too low for our card draw to be really good right now. It's a little dangerous. This comes into play tapped, correct? Yes. But it does give us... Oh, don't play Bane. I don't have a good feeling about this round. Our opponent just has too many really good cards. That's a pretty good card, but luckily we can sort of match it with all of our zombies that will be coming into play. I mean, I do need to be a little careful about what I exile on the off chance. I'm going to take out Sky Scourer right now. It's definitely the worst card in my graveyard. All right. Does he have a trick? The answer is maybe. And I think I still block it. If he has a trick, yeah, he doesn't. I mean, I would be okay trading for it there. Oh, he's not going to be able to scry this turn. What is he playing? Ah, well, that's bad for us. At least the token dies, but still pretty bad. We also can't exile it with our null caller. Yeah, we're just getting housed this round, it seems. So we will get rid of Sky Scourer. I mean, I'd love to draw like Baloth Null right now and not have to think about that. Ugh. Doesn't help we've drawn the way we have against this opponent. That is for sure. We have like been... I mean, this game, I guess, wasn't quite as bad. We got real flooded last game, though. But yeah, I mean, I don't see us having a great chance of winning this game. Like, our opponent just has such high power threats in his deck. He's going to hit one eventually. Like, to do Beastmaster right now would be pretty devastating, sadly. And he can just kill us with a Step Glider right now, slowly. So now I think I'd go after the Blinding Drone, who we still haven't drawn colorless mana for, so... I wonder why he tapped his mana like that. Because now he can't scry at the end of his turn. Did I miss something? Some reason he did that? Yep. Blinding Drone it is. Give us a zombie. Okay. I do like that right now. That will buy us some more time. I'm going to hold on to my land. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I want to, I can exile a creature and sweep away. So oh, he scried at the beginning of his upkeep last time. That's why that happened. Beastmaster, Bane of Balagad. Beastmaster. Okay. Well, we don't want to be sweep awaying that anyway, so we may end up doing something pretty good here. Because we're going to sweep away the 5-mana flyer. Depending on how else he attacks, we could do some pretty significant damage to him. Okay. To his board, I should say, not to him. Because we can also use Null Caller to do some stuff. Alright, so we're going to go sweep away. We're going to put it on top of his library. Alright, and now we can take out both these creatures without really losing anything super important. We'll make another zombie at the end of his turn, so... Oh, whoops. I do that sometimes. I think I already did it once in this tournament, in fact. If he has the one green mana trick, we're going to be sad. But we didn't really have a choice there, you know? All right. We know what he's going to draw, but he also has one other card in his hand, but... let's pay our mana. Exile. His another card's in exile, so Murkstrider is pretty valuable right now, actually. If we were to get it back with Baloth Null, so... My god. We just cannot not draw things that aren't lands. We know he's drawing a thing that's not a land. So I'm going to triple block this Beastmaster. I mean, you know, with the amount of life we have, I don't know that we have much of a choice. I can make one more zombie before my Null Caller dies. So we're not like going to be completely boardless, but and actually we'll keep one zombie too, barring some kind of trick. So we're going to go exile creature card from your graveyard. And yeah, I mean, it's sad we have to lose our Merc Strider, but we can get back our Null Caller now if we get our Baloth Null. All right, we are making people work for wins, that's for sure. I mean, our deck definitely disrupts. We may not have picked up a high enough power threat to like really. I mean, look. I mean, we really don't have much in the way. Oh God, what a bad draw right now. So we can't block this guy. So we're gonna go to 3. Painful Truce. So Painful Truce would kill us. I mean, if we Painful Truce and hit removal, I mean, chances seem pretty good like we're going to die anyway. And it may be a little bit suicidal to go for Painful Truce here, but the chances we hit a removal spell, there are 19 cards left in our library. We still have, well, we just have Complete Disregard that can kill that, right? Yeah, we have stuff that, we have another, yeah, that's basically it. Oh, God. But, like, if we hit it, our chances of winning go up by so much. If we don't, they drop to 0. We could also draw a flyer. I mean, we're so low on life. We've dealt with some of our opponent's biggest threats. I think I'm going to go for suicide here. I mean, it's a little risky. But we are going to draw 3 cards. I could also just draw 2 cards, which buys me another turn. It's kind of the middle ground, I guess. Yeah, let's actually just draw 2. That's a good middle ground. That drops us pretty low, but we're going to draw our Flaying Tendrils probably. Okay, good. We hit a flyer. That's all we wanted. And we did it. All right. I'm going to play a land to bluff some stuff and hold on to that Warden, who we can't cast anyway. So, you know, bought ourselves some more time. Even if he has removal here, we have one more turn to try to do something. But yeah, I think the definite weakness of our deck is we just do not have a great finisher. Like, we need a Sphinx of the Final Word up in here, or something like that. I mean, we just have decent flyers running around. I never really saw an amazing finisher, but like Wave Wing Elemental would have actually been pretty good. Okay, so he's going to hit my Thought Harvester, drop us to 1, and put us back in we're about to die mode. Our deck, though, definitely makes the game last. Yeah, we lose. All right, well, we have a chance to go into round 3 to go 2-1 since this is a Swiss draft, but we lost second round after pretty epic round 1. Round 2, we couldn't get a threat to stick, and we didn't really have that many good ones. Once our opponent plays this 2-4, like, there aren't that many cards in our deck that can get through that, sadly. So, all right, well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment,